Large-scale military games are a niche that a lot of gamers enjoy. Games like Battlefield in its prime did an amazing job at encapsulating chaos that comes with large-scale battles. However, what do you get when you take some fans of the older Battlefield games and give them the ability to make their own? You come up with what we're talking about today. Without wasting any more time, downscale the graphics and upscale the intensity, because today we're talking about BattleBit Remastered. And if you enjoyed what you see today, be sure to sub to the channel. Okay, let's continue. For those that don't know, allow me to explain what BattleBit Remastered is. According to the Steam page, BattleBit Remastered is a low poly FPS that aims for a massively multiplayer experience with up to 254 players in a single server. Fight on a large battlefield with ground vehicles, boats, and air support. Create your own strategies to win in a near fully destructible map. This game is currently being developed by MrOkiDoki, BattleCot, and The Liquid Horse, and is currently being published by MrOkiDoki. But to get a bit more information on the game, let's go to the website and look at an interview from Escapist magazine. Looking at the FAQ, here's what we know so far. This game is going to be coming out in Q2 of 2023, so either this month or next month in June. The game is launching into early access at the price point of $15, but they don't have any plans to include microtransactions. You can join the playtest that they hold every Saturday by going to the Steam page and requesting. I'll be leaving a link for it down below, so don't worry. And no, this isn't Roblox. Let's take a look at the interview, which I'll be linking down below, so don't worry. Michael Kripe from Escapist magazine sat down with Oki and asked them some questions about the game. The first question was about how BattleBit got started, and Oki responded with the following. Back in 2015-2016, me and our level designer, we had a horrible laptop. We weren't able to run games. I was a Battlefield fan. My level designer was a Squad fan. We wanted to make a game that satisfies both of us that we could still run on our crap laptops. For those that say that you can't play bigger multiplayer titles because you have the equivalent of a Tamagotchi as a CPU, they specifically made this game for that purpose. The next question is along the lines of, why would you play this instead of Battlefield? Which is an honest and genuine question, and one that I've kind of had myself. Sure, the price point's cheaper, but if you can get a better experience with Battlefield, why would you want to play this? Oki's response is this. Personally, as a huge Battlefield fan, I haven't enjoyed the direction the recent releases have taken. BattleBit is designed to scratch that legacy Battlefield itch that we have been feeling for a long time. There's a big focus on destructible environments, gunplay, vehicles, and teamwork while you're trying to provide battles of many sizes. I love how Oki responded to the question personally, right? Like, they feel the same way a lot of us do with the Battlefield franchise, and believe this will deliver something that can appease those looking for large-scale combat and absolute chaos. One last thing I want to touch on, because this is probably the biggest thing people want to judge the game on, is the graphics. I have the mindset that good graphics don't equal a good game, and I never understood the mindset of people that do believe that good graphics equal a good game, but you know, to each their own. Oki's response is this. The level designer and I came from the game unturned. We were used to simple graphics like this. We wanted to make something that runs on low-end hardware. It was a perfect choice as it gives us the opportunity to focus more on gameplay, networking, optimization, instead of focusing on 3D models. I remember playing Unturned all the way back in 2016, but it was a pretty forgettable experience to me personally, but graphically, I can see a little bit of the inspiration. I love the idea of making games for people on low-end hardware, because before I got my tower, I was playing games like CSGO on a MacBook Pro. I'm about as serious as the fucking sky is blue about that. And the worst thing is I didn't even have a mouse, so I was using the trackpad while still playing CSGO. It was a mess. It was a mess. I don't even know how I did it. Now, let's dive into the gameplay itself. And if you want to read more about the interview, I'm leaving the link in the pinned comment, so don't worry. When you first launch the game, you see that there are 64, 128, and 254 player lobbies. Yeah, imagine 250,000 people in one lobby. It's a shit show. The smaller size lobbies feature your most basic of games like TDM, Domination, etc. The big lobbies feature your bigger, longer game modes that involve more vehicles than a high-speed chase in California. Personally, my favorite game mode is Rush. It offers nice pacing, a nice challenge, and honestly keeps you engaged with what's going on. The amount of weapons and maps in the game are a good amount for the time being, but I expect there to be more once the game launches. But are they good? I'd say it's about 60% good. There are a couple things that they need to fix, obviously. I know using NVGs on the nighttime maps are absolutely awful and create this illusion of open spaces when there aren't any. Some of the maps are just lackluster and being too damn big for their own good half the time, which make it incredibly easy to get spawn killed. Most importantly though, the weapons need balancing. And the reason I say that is because nothing you have in the game will help you against someone with a vector unless you're in a goddamn tank. You will either die trying to fight it, or your health will be drained to damn near death if you manage to kill someone using the vector. And to add on to all of it, you have a voice chat system similar to Squad where you can talk locally with your squad, etc. You also have a death mic that'll automatically activate when you die, which either makes for either entertaining deaths or just downright annoying ass hot micing. Now, if you couldn't tell from the gameplay, I play this game like a truck stop bathroom. Shitty. I'm not like a lot of the people who've played the game so much that I can drop a 30, 40, or 50 bomb in one game, but when I find the right map, the right game mode, and the right team, it creates this experience that reminds me a lot of Battlefield 3. And with that, the only thing that can get extremely overwhelming depending on the lobby is the destruction. There is so much going on at any point in time that it can be pure chaos, which, I will admit, is fine, but I personally like chaotic shit to happen in moderation. You know, a building being knocked down here, a wall being blown up there, you know, nothing too crazy. For my final thoughts, I think this game is going to be able to do something EA has failed to do recently, and that's make an enjoyable multiplayer experience. Rest assured that these are genuine Battlefield and Squad fans making a game that can run on low-end hardware, so literally anyone can get their hands on it and experience it. There's a lot that needs to be fixed, improved, reworked, whatever you want to call it, but with them doing these playtests on the weekends only, it gives them that time to do that throughout the week, which I admire. I wish the playtests were a little bit longer, but I get if the size of the team doesn't warrant something like that, you know? The $15 price tag is what it is, right? They're a small team taking on a massive multiplayer game. However, I personally feel like there could be a little bit more content, but they're also launching into early access, so over time, I think the price tag will be more appropriate. Plus, we don't know the official date, so they could add more content in between now and then, but that's just how I feel right now. I also see that they have a Patreon, so I'm wondering if they'll keep it up, change the rewards, or take it down once the game comes out and they figure out what microtransactions are gonna look like if they choose to do them. I know it might be a dumb thing to wonder about, but I'm genuinely curious about that. Overall, I think this team is making something that fans of Battlefield or other milsim games can enjoy as long as they look past the graphical aspect of it. The only thing that they can do now is continue the development, keep running the playtest, and launch the game when they see fit. Even if they gave us Q2 of 2023 as an estimate, if they feel like it's not ready, I'd rather see it get released later in a better condition than sooner in a rough state. Now I turn the mic to you. Let me know down below what you think about BattleBit Remastered. Do you think that this will suffice for Battlefield fans? Do you think it's not up to par to hang out with the other titles? Let me know. And while you're down there, go ahead and dial in on that like button and destroy that sub button also YouTube can show you my content free of charge. This is Sir Blackout signing off so I can get my ass handed to me in the next playtest happening this Saturday. Later.